Welcome to another episode on our channel. I've been looking for this figure for some time and finally found it. Apparently, it came out in 2020 and the person purchased it in 2020, never opened it up. And how do I know? Well, this is the original box and there's the original tape and so forth. So for whatever reason, I guess it wasn't maybe she was just going to hold on to it and sell it, but she sold it for basically what she bought it for. It's number 767. I don't know how many were made. Maybe only 767 were made. I don't know. I remember getting one figure once that was a really odd number. It was one out of like 364 or 363 or something like that. Didn't make any sense. So I don't know how many were made, but it'll probably say on the underside of the stand. So this is a collaboration between TBLeague and SIDESHOW. And this is from the Court of the Dead Queen. We will open this baby from the bottom, which is my habit. Okay. Let's see. You may not hear it, but we are hearing a helicopter passing overhead. So they're looking for somebody. And they're being very persistent with the process because they've been hovering for some time. All right. That one's pretty loud. It's getting closer. All right. Oh, it's crimson foam. And a foam can. Oh no, I don't know. So it comes in this box, and I don't know what's in this foam thing. Wow, that's cool. That's cool looking. Try not to drag it. There she is. And it must be a weapon she has. All right. So it looks to be in really good shape. This is like, oh, there it is. It's like a detective show. How does it open? There's a magnet. That scared me. And oh, it's magnet on two sides. So that actually comes off. All right. All right. Well, let's pause. Let me get everything out. Open this thing up. I'm going to guess that's the stand. So, so I don't waste time in terms of pulling everything out. It looks like it's never been opened. So, all right, we will be right back. We are back, and this took forever to figure out. This is one of the best figures, and at the same time, it has some issues. But it is a sight to behold once you get it together. Getting it stable is one of the hardest things to do. It has a stand that's screwed in the back, and then you bend it and you get her situated. It's not very tight in terms of the connecting piece. So she kind of moves around a little bit. That's a frustration. The other frustration is getting her crown on. This is a crown that's like a pelvic bone. The thing you don't want to do is put something with strands like this into hot water. They'll shrivel up. The best way to handle this is something I hardly ever do because I'm not so patient with this process, but it's a hair dryer. One person can cover these little fragile pieces that are hanging from the crown, and then you center the hair dryer in the middle the opening, because it doesn't fit nicely over the head. It's very tight. But if you warm it up, and then one person pulls on each side of the pelvic bone, pulls it apart a little bit, the head will slip in. But it has to be warm. And you have to make sure you don't shrivel up these little pieces that are very fragile hanging from the crown. She comes with 2 sets of feet. These are like for high heel shoes. She does not have any shoes. That's not a problem. The problem is that these 2 feet seem to fall off. They're not very tight. So I have her actually posed with the flat feet, one foot in front of the other, crisscrossed, toes pointing in the different directions. You can kind of see it here. Yeah. So, and that works. She's as balanced as she can be, and the feet stay on. So I really don't need these, but I would have preferred to have used these instead of those. She has 3 sets of hands. She has gripping hands, and then she has semi-open hands. This hand, her right hand, is way open, and this is another gripping hand that can hold the bone, basically a bone dagger. The base is exquisite. It has rock formations, it has skulls. The lower part of the base looks like it's a combo of metal, maybe even leather looking like types of substances around the base, bronze looking, antique bronze looking designs and so forth. It's just wonderfully crafted, exquisite. She has 2 gules here, and one can actually be wrapped around one of her legs, but I decided I would have her on the top level and the 2 gules together on the lower level. And that seemed to work out fine. And this wonderful wraparound that is just the most beautiful color of plum. It coordinates with the plum in her crown and the things that are hanging from her crown. She's exquisite in terms of looks. She's just hard to figure out how to pose her, how to put her together with the stand, and that hat or the crown thing, that was a killer. Anyway, we finally got her together. She has like I said, I don't think, maybe I didn't say it, but she has wristbands that are different, and armbands that are different, and ankle bands that are the same. And then, of course, the breast armor and the bikini armor and the neck armor. So she's looking very good. And that face, the head sculpt is wonderful. We'll pause now and get her on a turn tray so we can see her from different angles. She apparently is left-handed because she has the dagger here made out of bone in her left hand. I haven't quite figured out what to put in her right hand, but I have some ideas. So we'll probably see her in a subsequent episode down the road, probably very soon. But in the meantime, let's go around and see how she looks from different angles. That crown is unique and awesome. The gules are quite ghouly. They're ugly, but I love the cape here around her. Not cape, but the thing, skirt-like thing. It's beautiful in terms of color. The stand again is just so ornate and so well designed in terms of details. It's this little stand that you can kind of bend. It's not really tight when you put it in. So she kind of wiggles around a little bit, unfortunately. She's got some tattoos going on, not only on her back, but on her arms. And there are skulls in the stand as well as rock formations. And again, the bronze-like stuff going on there is beautiful. So there she is. So we'll pause and we'll get some tighter close-ups from here on up. She kind of has like tattooed dots on her body, her arms, around her breasts, and so forth. She has earrings on. But again, that crown is just absolutely awesome. The dagger is awesome. It's color coordinated too, with the plum in terms of the skirt. Of course, tattoos in the back. There's a lot going on here. A very stately look overall. Again, I just have to figure out what to put in her hand. So we'll pause now and get a really tight close-up of her face. We're going to have to start from this side because when we turn her, she's really at a wide angle. So we need to keep her in the picture. But you can see the tattoos or the dots underneath her eyes, above her breasts, on her arms. And that crown is very unique. Again, it's a pelvic bone. And the tattoo on her back. They did an absolutely wonderful job on this figure, other than the stand in terms of what she's hooked up to, and the crown, which was a bear to get on her. I really don't like these two ghouls, but if you're getting this figure, you should know what you're getting. The top one can be wrapped around one of her legs. The other one is kind of half a body. There we go. We'll go back. You can see the skulls a bit better too. There you go. Here's one last look at Gethsemoni, the Dead Queen, which was a collaboration between TBLeague and SIDESHOW that came out in 2020. I hope you liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.